What were you saying?
Before we get off of these train wrecks, I heard through the grapevine that you're still on Team Blade.
Shit. Blade is a troubled dude. I don't know. Do you think he's guilty of hurting that girl?
I don't know anything about that.
Uh-huh.
I'm not informed enough to make a decision on that. But like Blade has done enough under the influence of alcohol to give me a really good grasp of what kind of person he is. Granted, I've met him twice in real life,
Mm-hmm.
and I've seen like behind the scenes stuff that other people don't get to see.
Good
But he's
experience, right?
right. But at the same time, it's like he comes off as a dude that is spiraling out of control.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of there's a saying that a drunk man says what an honest man thinks. And every time I see a clip of Blade, I think about that saying. And you see him like throwing dogs and being racist and like kissing on other men's wives and things like that nature. And it's like just crossing lines over and over and over again. And in my head, I feel like Blade would think about these things if he was sober, but he's actually acting on them because he's drunk. And to me, that makes him a piece of shit.
You're winning me over. Like throwing the dog, I hate it. Part of me is like, is that a mistake I could ever make? It's not a mistake I have ever made. Throw the cat, by the way. I'm on team cat thrower, just for the record.
Yeah. Can't say that. I have 2 cats now.
Dude, if you threw your cat, she'd be perfectly fine. It'd be no different than her jumping off the fireplace mantle.
I understand this. My cats jump off the refrigerator.
PKA reference, you will understand. Cats are built for that.
But my cats will whoop my ass.
I feel like I could, if I'm sitting on a couch and I just throw a cat, like, from the chest gently, right? So it arcs and lands on the other side of the coffee table. That cat's fine. That cat is 100% fine. He jumps farther than you just threw him all the time. I'm joking, but I'm only half joking. I do feel like, and the dog he threw was the least athletic dog in the world, right? If it was one of those 18-pound agility dogs that like goes through the sticks on TV, then it might have landed on its feet in an athletic way. If it was one of those farm dogs that jumps and then Matrix style goes sideways through the fence that you see on Reddit, then that might have been a different thing. But that dog was a fucking slug, a hot dog bun with 2 short legs, and it was
live without humans.
Can't live without humans. It's an act of cruelty to throw that thing, and I have a hard time getting past it. The girl thing, the video is so bad, I don't know what to make of it.
You're talking about the one in the RV at this point, right?
Yeah. He was clearly drunk and trying to get with some girl who was too drunk to consent, but he was drunk too, and I have a difficult time. Like, while morally I know it's bad, I don't morally know what the punishment should be when 2 people are drunk. I'm very confused. It was sketch. Yeah, it was sus. I don't know.
Here's my thing.
Okay.
He had a person in the RV with him tell him not to go back there. He did it anyway. Like, generally, like, if sober Woody was in that situation, you're sleepy and there's one bed, you go back there and sleep with the drunk girl.
No.
Even if you're tired. No, you sleep in a chair, you lay on the floor, you sleep on the sofa. You find another means.
Yeah. That where he should have been. I don't know, bro. He's an alcoholic, right? He's like a legit alcoholic whose body is degrading. It's going horribly. He can't stop himself. He's making bad decisions. He's doing things that hurt people. That's all true.
Here's my call to arms. Can people please stop donating for this guy to drink?
Well,
granted, I live my life off donations, right?
Right.
And I'm the person that shouldn't be saying this, but at the same time, like, I've watched so many men in my life drink themselves to death, and they don't need motivation to do it. And like, I don't know how to really say this. It's like, it hurts me to watch somebody drink themselves to death because I've lost a lot of like prominent men in my life from alcohol. There's a disease called cirrhosis of the liver, which you eventually get. And it is a painful, slow death that I don't wish upon anybody.
He's
and
on his
that's the
way.
reason I'm making this statement, like, please stop doing this to him. If he does it on his own to himself, at least you can have a clear conscience that you didn't help push toward him.
That's a good point. Yeah, dude, bro. I think Wings is the alcohol's making. I meant to say Blade. I think the alcohol's making Blade a bad person because I've seen the best side of him. It's not as easy for me to throw him away as I think it would be someone who spent less time with him. And it's not like we spent a lot of time together, just like a couple weekends.
Blade's a chill dude. Like when he's sober,
yeah.
Blade's the kind of guy that would have your back and you know he's got your back. But like drunk Blade's a whole different person. But is drunk Blade who Blade really is?
You can't want it enough for someone else to clean it up, right? Like you can't wish somebody else sober. You can't wish somebody else healthy. They have to want this on their own. So I'm not,
a fat pile of shit.
Say that again.
I feel you. I'm still a fat pile of shit, and I had my stomach cut out.
You can't do it on someone else's behalf. But I also, I don't want to throw him away just yet. I've seen what he can be. That's that.
But at the same time, you've also seen what he's done, and like at some point, you got to throw him away. I threw him away when he started being racist again. I gave him a pass on the first time he was like openly racist, but the second time he did it, no, you don't get a second pass.
I have a problem with him. I have a problem with that. I think I have a bigger problem than average with the way he hits on other people's wives. Bro.
Hits on them. He literally makes out with them.
Yeah. Like, I mean, that stuff
dude is... took him in.
Dude got a divorce over it. Like, he altered the course of somebody's life in a negative way. Like, that's... I've only seen it on TV. I'm not close to a lot of alcoholics, but you see afterwards, they're like, dude, the devastation and destruction that was in my wake was formidable. It was a big deal. I created big problems for people, and I'm sorry. That's where I feel like Blade needs to get to. Blade, the shit you're doing to people, and dogs for that matter, is wrong. And it's serious, and these consequences are forever. You're doing some real harm. And why? Because you won't stop drinking? Like, get your shit together. So that I'm mad at him.
I didn't want to pull you out there, but I just don't see how you could fence it on Blade. I understand, like you see the good side of him, but at the same time, it's like I'm sure people give the same lecture to it with me. It's like Wings is a terrible, toxic friend. Why do you ever talk to him? Blah 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 blah.
This is what it
but at the same time, I'm not throwing dogs in like.
I fail to see how you still think that Blade is cool when he's a degenerate alcoholic who has assaulted women on camera multiple times, thrown a dog, and constantly says the N-word. Lol. Kinda feel like that's unforgivable, no?
Let me read that. I got a donation. I want to read it to you, Wings. I fail to see how he's talking to me, still thinks that Blade is cool when he's a degenerate alcoholic who's assaulted women on camera multiple times, thrown a dog, constantly says the N-word. Kind of feels like that's unforgivable, no? Dude, yeah, I hear you. And you didn't even mention, I guess you said assaulted women, but married women, like adds to it to me. Mm-hmm. It's fucked up. And the damage he does is real, and the consequences are huge.
And he don't give a shit. Like he's drunk on some RV somewhere.
Maybe I'm giving him too much credit. I keep hoping that there's this old Blade inside who's, will someday reemerge. I don't know. Get your shit together, Blade. You're going to find no one's on your team anymore. So.
Whatever happened to his partner in crime, Ice Poseidon? Like, what happened to that dude? He had a falling off quick.
I'm out of the loop on that, but it's my understanding that Ice Poseidon decided to clean up his act and try to curate a kinder audience and not be so scummy anymore, But I don't know. I haven't watched his content for a bit.
I've never watched his content. He came at me one time, and I just replied back, "Yo, dude, I don't bleed out my ass on the daily. Peace."
I don't know if he's ever come at me. I'm not worried. Thanks for the sub, Beverly Hills. But
still love you, Papa Wood Tea.